Hi everybody, hope everyone's doing well. It's Verity here from inkybutterfly.wordpress.com, and I'm going to make a version of this card with you today. Now this features a really nice new stamp set from the January to June mini catalogue, and it's called Art Gallery. This is the stamp set, so you may have seen others already use this, so it's a really lovely set. It's going to be very popular. We do have some two-step stamping going on there, and then some other images and just some really nice simple sentiments. It does come with some coordinating dies, so you can see from the sample I have actually die cut this large flower head, and there is one for the stem too, and this lovely sort of postage sort of edge on the sentiment strips. So that's not all of them, obviously. So there's dies to go with 1, 2, 3, 4 of the flowers. Okay, we've got the small postage stamp and a longer one, and then we've got this bold lettering which says "just want to say," and all of those words will actually die cut individually, so you can either use part of them, some of them, all of them, or none of them. Okay, the suite also has this amazing designer series paper, and if I get close to the camera, I mean, it looks so dimensional, but it's completely flat. So this has actually been painted and then photographed to produce the paper, and we've got some really stunning textured florals, and then some more sort of geometric designs over sort of like a brush wash kind of look. So pinks, greens, blues, oranges, yellows. This really nice. I can see Janice Thompson having a field day with this one because she loves Night of Navy. Yeah, and then you've got like sort of this gessoed sort of look, and then this one's a full sheet with all the flowers on. So it's very stylised, but super pretty. And they're like a ton of colours in it. So just quickly: Bumblebee, Floaty Flamingo, Merry Merlot, Mossy Meadow, Night of Navy, Old Olive, Petal Pink, Pool Party, Poppy Parade, Pumpkin Pie, So Saffron, Terracotta Tile, and Whisper White. So loads. Pop that down there, and then this stunning ribbon with all that gold sort of thread running through it. So it's quite soft. At the same time, it's not terribly rough at all. So yeah, so this is what I made. So there's lots of texture on it because I just felt like, you know, it's all about texture, this particular stamp set. So there's quite a lot of layering and stuff going on there, but I thought it turned out really nice. So that you know, the layers are Bermuda Bay, and I've used Bermuda Bay ink for the sentiment, Pear Pizzazz for the leaves, and the bloom has been done in Pool Party and Bermuda Bay. And this sort of, you know, this colour popping out from behind in the DSP is just really cool. Right, so before we get started on the card that I'm going to make, I just thought I'd just pop this in front of you just to see what kind of looks you might be able to achieve with the two-step stamping. So we've got Balmy Blue, and Pacific Point, Highland Heather, Gorgeous Grape. This one was Daffodil Delight and Pumpkin Pie. And then this was Blushing Bride with Rococo Rose. I mean, that was just a quick initial play. I mean, there are loads of different colour combinations that you could use. And then, of course, we can team them with a menagerie of our greens. So, what we've got: Old Olive, Mossy Meadow, Shaded Spruce, Garden Green, Pear Pizzazz. And then, of course, we've got Granny Apple, we've got Soft Sea Foam, and we've got something else. Well, Mint Macaron's kind of green. Kind of depends what colour you're going for. and whether you want to tie it in with the designer series paper. But I just wanted to illustrate that basically you can throw pretty much any colour at this and you're going to get a really nice result. Okay, so enough yak yak, let's make something. So already got some scrap and stuff, so I'm going to use terracotta tile, pumpkin pie, which are two colours which are actually featured in the DSP, and I'm going to bring in garden green for my foliage this time because I thought it felt a bit more on the autumnal sort of colour palette, if you like. So the bits and pieces I've got then are a terracotta card base. I've used the same piece of DSP, and because we're only seeing the edge of it, I'm not super stressed about what orientation it has. I mean, I suppose it's supposed to go that way, but it isn't going to matter once we have the bit in the middle covering that up. So those are all the usual sort of dimensions. This will be 4 inches across by 5 3/4 high, and this is one of my mini layers. Or did I cut it? Actually, I think this one's actually a bit smaller than my usual mini layer. Yeah, it is. So 2 7/8 by 4 5/8, and then this is an eighth bigger. So, but of course, this is just a serving suggestion. You do whatever layers you want on there. Now, this is an opportunity to decide when you sort of build it dry, if you like. So I just wonder if this is going to look better this way around. Yeah, I think I like it that way up. And so you're not going to tell that any of the flowers are upside down or anything, but you know, mess about with it. So that's the sort of grounding for our card, and we can actually probably just tack a few of these things together so that it's all ready to go. So let's just layer this up, shall we? Oh. Super sticky, this stuff. So layer that on. So we're just only going to have a little bit of that terracotta tile showing. But it's surprising how even when it's only a small border like that, how it really does impact on the card. It's quite interesting. And of course, this is a different. On my original sample, I'd used a white card base and then layered the Bermuda over the top. So I had that white border as well, whereas we're just going with the coloured border on this one. So those are they. We can set that to one side just for the moment. And then we can get our flowers stamped. Leaves, of course. So I don't know whether I'm being ambitious trying to fit all this onto one this piece of cardstock. Well, we'll see. Okay, so we're gonna stamp those. This ink pad is really juicy. So there we are. My stamping chamois off here. So we'll just get that wiped off over there. Put away the green ink for the moment. Light coloured ink for the large sort of background stamp of the flower. So that's going to be a really nice bright orange. So, and then we've got the terracotta tile to go over the top of that. Really easy to line up. If you just look at that sort of top bit there, it just layers over really nicely. and actually it's quite forgiving in that even if you are off slightly, it's not going to be desperately obvious. It's sort of designed to be a little bit on the you know, it is like a painting, isn't it? So it's not going to be absolutely perfect. And with that terracotta ink still out, we're just going to put the sentiment onto that scrap as well, so that we can get that die cut. There we are. Might have fitted there, but I wouldn't want to risk it. Okie dokie then. So a bit of die cutting then, which isn't going to take too long at all. Can't see if that's centered with that piece there, but this just, so these sentiments work quite well on their own as well, without the you know, the die cut element. Over the top of this one, and then we've got the flower head. So we're going to have to obviously run this through twice, but it won't take very long at all. They're very easy to line up, just like that. Okay, so I've got my big boss over here, so we can get all those through. Cracking's perfectly normal. It's just the pressure of the die cutting into the acrylic cutting plates. That's what they're designed for. Okay, so there's one, and we can reposition that die onto the other one, like so. Yeah, tag that in place, and this one. There's our thinking of you with that lovely edge. If you caught my video on Wednesday, I have to think what day, because all the days all feel the same, don't they, at the moment. Wednesday, I did a little bit of inking through the die over the sentiment. I think it was Wednesday anyway. So you could do something similar with that as well, if you so wished, but I'm going to leave it white for today's project. And there we are, 2 flower heads, 2 sets of leaves, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Okay, right, so one set of flowers and leaves is going to be raised up, and another set is going to go flat. So literally just going to blob some what's this called, Stampin' Seal on the back of those. A couple of dimensionals on the flower head just to keep it in place, but not too close to the edges. A couple on the back of a leaf, and you can use your edging strip on your dimensionals for sentiments. Perfect thing to use. And then that's going to go sort of off to the left a little bit. And then the other thing I want to do is position my ribbon on there as well. So again, we'll use some seal there just to secure it around the back. So I'm going to lop off about that much and about that much to do my bow. It's all very technical, as you can see. And then that's just going to wrap around the card. If you want to, you can line it up on your grid paper. I think I'm happy just eyeballing that. My cat is shouting from downstairs that she's hungry. She's not hungry, obviously, but she always thinks she is hungry. So if you can hear her meowing, Don't worry, she's not neglected. If you saw her rotundness, you would know. Bless her. She's an old girl now. She's 17 years old. She'll be 18 in August. But she's got a set of lungs on her like nobody's business. Right, so that's going to go onto our card base, something like in the middle and preferably straight. And that looks all right to me. So if you position your flower head where you want it, and then I think I might have it. I quite like it overhanging the border. I think it just sort of breaks up that line on there, and then we can slot in our leaves where we want them, like so. I can do the same with the one that's going on our dimensionals. Get those off. So twiddle it around a bit, however you like it. Just want to get that under there. There we are. Great. Isn't it cool? Actually, you know what? Let's put our bow on first, so that make sure that sentiment's not going to end up underneath a bow. Oops, a daisy. Let's get our bunny ears going and wrap them around each other, like so. So if you pull it really tight initially, tight as you can, and then fiddle with your the size of the loops that you want. It should work out just fine. And of course, the best thing for bows is glue dots. I'm actually going to use a couple behind that quite large knot. It is quite a thick ribbon, so you do get quite a large knot on there. And press that down well and clip the ends like so. And now we know our sentiment is going to fit and not be obscured by the ribbon. So again, I want that to sort of break over the edge a little bit, I think. Like so. Voila. Wink of Stella, because you gotta. So again, it's a brushy kind of design, so let's just brush a little bit on. Use the line art to, well, it's not line art, but you know, the use the stamp image to give you some guidance on where to put that, or not, just dash it about because it's beautiful. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. It's so easy. With stunning products, you can make stunning cards. Is that not just amazing? Just want to check. I just want to give you a price point on this because I'm pretty sure that the bundle on its own would qualify you for a celebration item, and if it doesn't, it won't be far off. So here it is in the catalogue. I haven't shown you the acetates. There's acetate that goes with this as well, and there's gold foil that you can get with this. There's a beautiful embossing folder. So there's still stuff we haven't used in the suite. Where is the bundle price? The bundle on its own is $46.75. So if that's all you wanted, the stamps and the dies, you would qualify for a celebration item, so that's super. You can get something for free. And the suite, if you order everything in the suite, where is the suite price? There it is, $94.75. So you'd get 2 £45 items or one of the £90 items. So there's a stamp set called A Touch of Ink and the Berry Blessings bundle that you could get with that as well. So things to consider. If you haven't got a catalogue, let me know. I'd love to know which one of these you like the best as well. And all the you know, all the faff, all the shops and stuff is in the description below. So do check it out. Thanks for watching. I'm almost at 300 subscribers, which is super exciting. And yeah, really enjoying doing these at the moment. And I've had some beautiful comments. So if Violetta or Audrey or Carol are watching, there are other people as well, but those 3 people have left some really heartwarming comments, and that these videos lift their spirits. So I'm really pleased about that too. Thank you so much for your support. See you soon.